What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. It is officially race day. It is April 19th, 1:07 in the afternoon, and I am getting ready because I got the DEKA Fit teams that I am running today with my boy Dominic at 5:45. So it should be a pretty exciting video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through actually like my basically pre-race day routine. So first things first, I'm getting my fueling. I'm bringing some megawatt just for, I'm going to probably do maybe half a scoop, one scoop. So like get some caffeine, get some focus. I'm going to bring some Intra-Formance for some beta-alanine, creatine, basically to prevent muscle fatigue. And then I actually may do 2 scoops. I usually only do 1. Ultra-Formance. Actually, I'm going to probably do 1 because I'm going to stick to what I've been doing for my training. So I'm going to do 1 of that. Race starts at 5:45. Plan is to leave here in about an hour. That will get us down there probably about an hour and 45 minutes before the race is there. Gives me time to park, check in, watch some people, take some notes on who's doing what. It will give me and Dominic plenty of time to kind of run through basically the transition. That is the biggest thing I'm worried about today. Obviously, we're just doing it for fun. We obviously want to do our best, but it is really just for fun at this point and to probably see how we do and then obviously sign up for another team race sometime. But we want to practice the transition. That's the biggest thing I'm focusing on is like the transition of me, like, because I think you got to tap each other. We got to get all the rules. We got to figure out how exactly we do it. I know we both don't have to run the entire thing. We only both have to run the first lap and the last lap. So he's going to do most of the running just because he's way faster than me. So we shall see. But I will be adding one of these bad boys to the wall next to my shield. But all in all, I'm pretty excited because I woke up this morning and the goal was to get to 200 pounds by race day. I weighed in this morning. My official weight this morning was 200 pounds, 0.2. So I missed it by 0.2. But I'm going to take that. Body fat is pretty low. It's still sitting about 13%. Goal is to get to 10%. So even after this race weekend, after this weekend, we got Disneyland next weekend. And then the following weekend is my birthday weekend. So I already am factoring in the next couple weeks are going to be obviously some cheat meals, some cheat days. So may fall off the wagon for a couple of days during there. But the goal is to obviously get to that 10% body fat by the end of the school year, which is May 31st. Not a big deal. But anyways, I'm going to finish up prepping. I got my biggest supporter right here. Hold on, let me get you. You ready for today, Mama? Yep. You excited?
For race day.
Race day. You going to cheer me on?
Yep.
You're going to be like, go, Daddy, go. Starting to kick in. I've already stretched, got some steps in because I still got to make sure that I get 15,000 steps. I am excited though because after the race we are supposed to go eat somewhere since it's in downtown Anaheim. A lot of good restaurants. Disneyland's right there. Should be a good day. So anyways, follow along for the DEKA Fit Anaheim. Alright, so we are heading down to race. It is 3:50 right now. It says we'll be there in about 2 hours.
I think the camera likes you.
What is this right here?
You're so cute.
Is that why it's following her, Mama? Yeah, she's a natural. So we just got here, waiting for Adeline and Cassie to get out of the restroom. On the way down though, Cassie decided that she got hungry. I had to stop to use the restroom. So she had me get her, I stopped at Jack in the Box, which I love Jack in the Box. And I've been craving Jack in the Box for like the past 12 weeks I've been cutting. So I had to pick her up a hamburger. Very hard for me to stay disciplined in Jack in the Box. And then we listened to Taylor Swift on the way down. Didn't really get me pumped up. So now I'm gonna have to psych myself out with my Viking music. But anyways, just got here, waiting for Dominic and his family. They're a little bit behind. It's 4:20, gives me plenty of time to loosen up, warm up, and get ready to throw down. All right, so let's do a little recap of the actual race. It's a couple days after. I've seen the pictures, I've seen the results. So now I could kind of go back through and recap, and we'll kind of walk you guys through the actual race, what I was thinking, what I was feeling, and then my thoughts afterwards, what I was impressed with, what I was happy with, and then what I would do differently, so that way you guys could kind of get a game plan. Again, this was the first time I did a DEKA fit with a partner. I've always done it by myself. I am definitely going to run it back with a partner. Dominic even said he's down. He really liked it. I enjoyed the style of it, especially having someone to do it with. It was a lot of fun. So let's jump into the first, basically, part of the race. So they usually have a baton that you pass off to each other as you're running through the relays and everything. However, they did not have a baton. They ran out. I think it's because they sold out. It was at Anaheim Convention Center. I was there last year for the DEKA fit at that convention center. Absolutely loved it. Thank you, Mama.
This is a cake for dinner.
Okay. Loved the venue, loved the convention center, so it's right next to Disneyland. Can't go wrong with Disneyland. But anyways, we started off. The only rules are for the running is you could break it up into one person does each lap, because one lap is 250 meters. The only thing is you both have to run the first 500 meters and the last 500 meters.
This is where it is. So donut, back up donut, and then enchiladas.
Awesome. So race starts off. I lead. I led the first 500 meters. As soon as we get into the first zone, which is the reverse lunges, 30 of them, I picked up the roller, which is 55 pounds. I did the 15. As soon as I got to 15, he took it off my back. He did the second 15, which was super nice, because usually when your adrenaline's pumping and you have to do those 30 lunges and you get straight into the running, you kind of feel like Bambi. However, since I only had to do 15, I got to catch my breath. And then I went into the first 250 meters. So I ran 250 meters. I passed off the little bracelet thing. He ran the second 250 meters. As he's running the 250 meters, I go into zone 2, which is why I like the relay style. I was able to get on the concept 2 rower. I was able to adjust my feet, get comfortable. The only thing I did forget to adjust was the damper. So Dominic came in, he tagged me, and then I rode 500 meters. Again, our plan was I was going to do most of the stations because I have all the equipment that I could train with. Dominic, this was his first race, first DEKA race, so most of the machines he's done before, but he didn't have time to train them. So our thought process was, since I train him and you're a better runner, you do most of the running, I do the actual stations, which I will talk about that thought process at the end. So I knocked out 500 meters. I think I did it in a minute 45, minute 50. So not crazy fast, but I was happy with it. Tagged him. He went into 2 laps. When he was done with those 2 laps, I think he did 2 laps. Yeah, I think he honestly just did. I think he did actually more running than what he was supposed to. I think we were supposed to break it up. But he ended up doing 500 meters, and then he tagged me. I did. So then we go into zone 3, because I was already lined up out of zone 3, right next to the box that we were going to go on, which again, that was nice about having doubles, is I was able to basically pick the station and wait for him to get there. So he tags me, I knock out 10 box jump overs, and then I tag him, he does 10. Our thought process also was, don't waste time transitioning. So box jumps, easy transition, the reverse lunge, easy transition. As for transitioning out of the rower, it's a little bit more difficult to get out, get adjusted. So our thought processes were save time that way. I'll talk on that at the end. So he tags me after the box jumps. I take off. I do 1 lap, come back. He does another lap, and then we go. I'm waiting in zone 4 with my feet ready to do the med ball toss. So he comes in. I do the med ball sit up, where basically you do a sit up, but you have to throw it at a wall ball target. It comes down, and you just keep going back and forth. That one, surprisingly, when I got to about rep 20, I was definitely feeling it in my core. I didn't think I was going to, but I was. So finish that, tag Dominic. He takes off. He does the 2 laps, so he does 500 meters. I'm now stationed in zone 5 in a ski erg waiting for him to come tag me. He comes in, he tags me. Again, I rode 500 meters. Looking back on it, we would have broke this up because this is a very easy transition. Dominic said he wasn't that comfortable doing the ski erg because he's never done it before. So I did the 500 meter ski erg. Again, this is where I started feeling it. I felt it in my core, felt it in my triceps, started feeling sorry for myself. And that's where kind of my mentality and race kind of started shifting. So I finished that. I tagged Dominic. He takes off. He does his 500 meters. And then he comes and he taps me for the farmer's carries. Farmer's carries were fine. Didn't really give me any issues. I did feel it in my triceps and my forearms. And I think that's because I went from the ski erg straight to that. So I finished the farmer's carries. Tag Dominic. He runs, does the 500 meters. While he's doing that, I get to zone 7. So I find an air bike, hop on it, and I'm waiting there. As I'm waiting there, I'm totally catch my breath. I'm good. He comes and he taps me. I do the 25 calories. I think I did it in like a minute, I want to say. So again, not too bad, not a crazy time, but not a bad time. So I was happy with that. So I tag him. He goes to do the 500 meters. Well, when he goes to do the 500 meters, now I'm kind of feeling it in my quads. Like my quads are pretty blown up from the air bike. And that's where I'm like, man, I'm getting kind of tired. So Dominic comes back. I'm waiting in zone 8 by the dead ball. Our plan was to break this up 10 and 10. So I'm waiting for him. He gets to me. I do the 10. I tag him. He does the 10. And then he takes off running. He does the 2 laps. No, he doesn't. So we split it up. So after he tags me, I go and do a lap. I do 250 meters. That 250 meters, I was definitely feeling in my quads. And I was like, okay, this is kind of tough now. So I go and I tag him. He does 250 meters. While he's doing that, I line up for the tank push pull. It was a different tank. It was like a tripod. It had 3 wheels. Don't know how I feel about it. As for pushing it and pulling it, that wasn't really the issue. But since there was only 1 wheel in front, when you go to push it, it kind of swung a little bit. So you kind of had to steer it. It took a little bit getting used to. Not crazy, though. For this, though, the way it works is whoever pushes it has to pull it back. So I did the first one. Dominic did the second one. I did the third one. Dominic did the fourth one. I did the 5th one. So you do it 5 times. So I pushed it, pulled it. I did that 3 times. He pushed it, pulled it, did that twice. And then this is the last lap, so we both have to do the 500 meters. So we take off running. I definitely know I was holding Dominic back just because I was feeling it. I don't think he was feeling it that much. I think he was honestly in better shape when it came to the running. So we get to the last zone at the same time, and our strategy for this was he was going to do the first 10 burpees. I was going to do the second 10 burpees. Because when we did the simulation, like a couple weeks prior, when we got back to this, I started it. My 10 were super hard. Dominic got a rest. His 10, which were the last 10, he said weren't that bad. So since our thought process was, okay, you're the better runner, so you'll probably be fresher when we get to that zone. So you do the first 10. While you do that, I'll gain my breath, and then I'll knock out the second 10. I think it was the same idea. He seemed to have a lot of issues with the first 10 like I did when I did it. And by the time he was done, I was pretty much fresh, ready to go. So I knocked out my 10. And then we crossed the finish line. Like I said, it was a super fun race. Our stats, I'm looking at our stats. Our overall time, 36 minutes and 7 seconds. We got in the top 16 percentile. We were in the category rank of, out of 288, we got 47th. And that out of 110 in our gender, we got 28. And then in my age group, I got 7th out of 22. So all in all, like I said, I'm happy with how it went. Looking back, I would definitely break up a lot more of the exercises. I'd probably break up the lunges. I would honestly probably break up the rower because my thought process, looking back, that amount of time to transition out is going to break up like almost like the lactic acid. Give some time to rest because you're switching out. Like I'm taking out, or I'm undoing the strap so I could get out. He's doing it, the strap, so he could get in. that extra time, I think, would have paid off because we would have felt a little bit fresher when we got into the run and the next exercise. I think also mentally knowing, hey, I only have to do 250 meters and then I get a break. I think that's a little bit different. So we definitely would have broke up zone 1, 2, 3. Med ball, probably not, just because, again, to kind of get out, get in a rhythm, I don't know if that's worth it. Zone 5, definitely would have broke it up. Honestly, probably zone 6, 2 farmers carries. That's a kind of easy transition. Air bike, I don't know. Probably not. I don't think we'd break that one up. Dead ball or the zone 8, same thing, break it up. Tank push, break it up. And then burpees, break it up. So realistically, the only ones we probably wouldn't break up moving forward is the ski erg and the med ball. But like I said, it was a fun race. What we could improve on, I definitely got to get a lot faster. And the reason why I say that is I was watching a couple of the elite times, like the teams. Their times on the machines and the stations weren't that much faster than ours. Where they were very fast is their 500 meters. Some of them were doing it in like a minute 30, minute 45. I don't know what we were doing it in. I could probably look back on it, but that is where I want to improve, is get a lot faster with my 500 meter run. So it was fun though. The only thing that stinks about DEKA, and I've said this before, is there's no DEKA fits, like, I think, at all for the remainder of this year. Maybe in different states, but definitely not in California. So it's kind of like back to the drawing board, but we have a whole nother year to prepare. The next race we're probably looking at doing in this style is going to be the High Rocks in Anaheim, but that's not until December. So we got some time. So as for next race, we'll probably be looking at possibly just doing a Spartan training for that. I am going to take the next 2 weeks to kind of just do like a deload week, a maintenance phase. I'm not really lifting crazy heavy, focusing on sleep, focusing on dialing in my nutrition. I'm sticking to my meal plan because I'm happy with how I looked. I'm happy with how I felt. Want to drop a little bit body fat because obviously my goal is to still get to 10% body fat. With the next 2 weeks, it's going to be kind of hard because this weekend we're going to Disneyland for 2 days. I'm going to eat. I'm going to enjoy myself. Get back on my diet Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday is my birthday, so I'm going to enjoy that. Saturday, we're celebrating my birthday with Cassie and Adeline, I'm celebrating my birthday with Cassie and Adeline, so I'm going to eat, I'm going to enjoy myself, and then Sunday, we're all going over to my family's house to celebrate my birthday. So it's going to be a crazy couple days of good eating, but then after that, basically May 4th, I will start my new training block, which I will let you guys know what I'm kind of focusing on in that block in the next video. And then back to my diet, because by the end of the May, I really want to be in tip-top shape and get super cut. Super fun race. Happy with how it turned out. I'm itching to do another one, and so is Dominic. So we are very excited about that. If you guys have any questions or anything about the actual race, comment below. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out with that or answer your comments. And then you guys already know the motto. Stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.